Hey, Nowata. It's Wednesday, October 13th, and I am Trista, and this is Misty. And you're probably wondering why we have these suitcases right here, and it's because we're going to talk about a program that our coalition does, so stay tuned. Our mission is to promote strategies and policies which ensure improved health for all citizens of Nowata County. Are we on?
You're back. You're back. And we're live.
I saw the screen, but I was like, I don't know. Anyway, okay, so Misty, why do we have these suitcases here? What are we talking about today?
The suitcases are for our Road to Recovery program. If you've never heard of this program, it's an amazing thing that Nowata Can offers to help individuals who are looking to enter substance abuse treatment. I don't know if you're familiar with the requirements, but most facilities to get into treatment, they require a very long list of items that a person needs. And we wanted to help ease the burden of that for families or for maybe an individual that doesn't have the resources or the means. And so with Road to Recovery, we can pack the suitcase for them with all the essentials and have them ready to enter treatment.
Yeah, so there are a lot of items that they need to bring with them, personal items. So what items are those, and like how do we get them?
Okay,
here?
So typically, for instance, it's bed sheets, towels, usually 5 days worth of clothing, shoes. You have to think some of these individuals are coming straight from jail and might not have any of these items. Soaps, shampoos, toothbrushes, toothpaste, basically all of your everyday essentials that a person needs. And I'm sorry, what was your other question?
Well, so like as far as clothing and stuff goes, chances are good they're probably not bringing a whole lot of clothing with them. So at least a week's worth of clothing. So, so how do we come across these items? What do we...
We typically rely on donations to help us get the items. We have so many people that have been so gracious with this program. They will drop stuff off at Nowata Can, so we have some things on hand. There are times, and has been times, when we don't have a thing. And so, one of us will go shopping, go get all the essentials needed, but we rely on donations for it.
Yeah. Well, and so people typically get a hold of us, like a family member will get a hold of us, and one of the first things they do is let us know, like, clothes sizes, so pants, shirts, shoe sizes, so that we can start looking for those items for that person. But it's really hard for us to come across as suitcases. So we're always thrilled when people like donate suitcases. And as long as they're fairly clean and the zippers still work, we'll take them. And we try to pack everything in them that they'll need. So I think this was actually Misty's idea, which is why we have Misty here to talk about it. So how did you come up with this idea? And I mean, it's obviously a great, well thought out thing that that we do.
Well, actually, I remember sitting at my desk one day, and I heard you in your office talking to Crystal about wanting to put together some type of program. And from personal experience, if you've ever had a loved one, I'm sure that needed treatment. I'm sure you can relate. It's kind of overwhelming. You're happy that person's willing to go and ready to change their life, and then it's like, okay, the where, the when, and so then you're given this list of requirements, and it's a lot for the family to come up with everything at times, and so that's really kind of where it came from. And then I got to thinking, what about oftentimes if someone is needing treatment, maybe they've alienated their family and they don't have anyone. So that's kind of where it came from.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that we try to emphasize the human side of this. We are involved in a lot of like substance abuse prevention with our coalition, and I think one of the messages we try to get out there to people is that everybody's still human. You know, the people that we're trying to help, they're human. They're somebody's child or somebody's husband or wife or, you know, whatever. They have family. They have people who care about them. They aren't just like throwaway people. People make mistakes, and we are all about making sure that they have, you know, that they're given chances.
Exactly.
So, anyway.
I was going to add to this. Being from mental health, we have our little, I hope it's coming across, we have our Grand Lake Mental Health Center plaque up there, and we also have an iPad that if somebody's in crisis, they come in, and a lot of times people are not 100% sure on what Know What I Can is, and Know What I Can does do a lot of things, and we are very intentional about helping people understand that a little bit better. But from a mental health perspective, if we've got somebody that is dealing with addiction, and we all have our little vices, and you know, some of us that don't actually struggle with substance abuse or substance addiction, we all have our little vices, and we can imagine extrapolating that out to a very powerful substance that literally changes your brain chemistry and your body chemistry to where you don't have control over it. You have to have that alcohol, you have to have that heroin, or whatever the case may be. So if it's going to be, you know, I love baked goods. You know, and I can imagine putting some addictive substance other than sugar and corn syrup, and making that even more difficult to get away from. That in itself becomes very, very hard. And I think the beauty of this whole thing is if it's something that somebody's struggling with so hard and they've made the decision to go into treatment, why make it that much more traumatic for them? I'm going in and I have the clothes on my back.
And there are times when you're waiting on a bed, and so it's you suddenly get the call. Okay, we've got one ready. Okay, so we've got literally, you know, just a few hours or maybe less to come up with this laundry list of items, and it can be overwhelming. And we just want to take that burden away from if someone's ready to go. Let's get them. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Yep.
And the treatment becomes much more effective whenever they're not exposed to such a freak out. I'm alone. I'm almost naked.
Well,
you know,
you've touched on it already about like the chemicals like altering your brain function. I mean, how in the world are you going to expect someone who is either in active addiction or, you know...
Maybe they don't have transportation.
Exactly.
Maybe we've had people that literally went straight from jail to I'm ready to change my life.
Or they're in detox at this point. How do we expect them to get it together enough to go get these items they need in order to, you know, live at a facility for, you know, a month, 2 months, however long?
My favorite part of all of this is, you know, we've had a few people that share their success stories. So it's like, you know, we start here and then we find out later, okay, well, you know, these children got their dad back, or, you know what I mean? That's the best part. Do you remember
how many we've sent out at this point? Isn't it around like 11 or 12 packages we've actually sent out?
I think so.
People in the community have reached out to us with requests for loved ones, and we've sent that many off. So, and we've had a few like updates and stuff, but it is nice. We don't always
get an update, but when we do, I love it.
It is nice to get an update. Of course, we don't require that, you know. But as many times as it takes. If it's someone we've done a care package for before, we'll do it again, you know, however many times it takes. So, like I said, we really want to emphasize the human part of all of this, and we're here to take care of each other. And so I just say kudos to Misty for coming up with this idea, because it's made an impact, a positive impact on our community.
That's awesome. So. Well, and my story was inspired by someone, and I was able to share with this someone that, hey, you know, you've changed lives. Your story matters. You know, you matter, and so that's kind of. That was really rewarding, too, to be able to say, hey, you know, you went through all of this, you hit rock bottom, you climbed your way back up, and look what you've done. So that was pretty cool.
We're at our 10-minute mark, so this is typically when we do the wrap-up.
That's weird.
I know. It's traditional.
If anyone would be interested in donating, we are always taking new towels, sheets. If you want a list, we'll come by the office. We'll let you know. And then we take monetary donations too, and we'll do the shopping for you if you don't want to get out and do all that. But we do need donations desperately.
We do, and it's totally anonymous. We don't tell anybody, oh, we just sent so and so off with a package.
Right.
We don't do that.
We don't even get names.
No, we don't. No,
we don't need names. We're just happy that that people are using it.
The most intrusive we get is, okay, what's their pants size?
Yeah.
Because we
shoe size.
Yeah, we need to know what
their search for some pretty size 13 shoes. Those are hard to come by.
Yep. But yeah, we just encourage anyone who's interested in donating to the program, or someone who has a loved one who's ready to go, to
and preferably they would
out.
Call ahead with what they have, so because we don't have a large office to store a bunch
right
of stuff.
Exactly.
I know that every once in a while that has we're either feast or famine on what we have sometimes, but that would be handy as well. I'd throw that in there. So how does this all tie to the PFS and DFC?
Well, I mean, for obvious reasons, since
for the layman,
right? For DFC is the Drug Free Communities Grant, and then the PFS is Partnerships for Success Grant. Both of them deal with substance abuse in the communities, prevention, specifically with youth. But a lot of our youth have parents who are in and out of treatment facilities. They've seen it, so this is it's a way. It's prevention, but it's also a way to just promote that positive change, promote a more positive environment. Just improve our...
I apologize if I'm not remembering this correctly, but aren't there some statistics that the treatments are much more successful whenever they're set up for success versus just going in just with nothing? I mean, imagine walking in with literally nothing other than maybe the pants and the shirt on your back, and then you're scraping to survive, but to have clean bed sheets and to have clean socks and to at least you have that instead of just being completely in a foreign environment doing something that you may not necessarily really want to do. I feel like I've heard that these types of programs have improved successful treatments
well, I think when it's
significantly.
Something like this that is supported by the community and donations, it shows that person that you are loved. You are, people do care about you. And then the fact that...
Despite being... maybe being some tough love.
Right.
But love
despite it being an awful situation, I think with the community surrounding a program like this, that just gives those individuals that much more support, and hopefully that that their recovery lasts, just like they stay in recovery.
Cares. Yes.
Yep. I think it makes our community closer. Just a more, like I said, more positive environment. Yeah. I mean, but so did I ever tie it to DFC and PFS?
You did tie it.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
okay.
It makes it easier to go in if they know that what, I'm struggling with this. I may decide that at a certain point, maybe I feel like I've gone too far and I need to go in myself. I don't have to do this by myself.
Yep.
If somebody's alienated family members or whatever, at least, because we've had some people come by after the fact and say, oh my gosh, I was scared out of my mind, but whenever we came in to pick up our stuff, you guys were so sweet and encouraging and positive that my attitude was a little bit better. And whenever we have a better attitude, we tend to be more open-minded about making changes.
Yep. So
are there any oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking like contact information, like to get a hold of us for either, if you need a package for a loved one, a care package, a suitcase, or if you want to donate to us, you can get a hold of us. You can call our office. We're here Monday through Friday, typically 8:30 to 3 most days.
Or you can message us on Facebook.
Yeah,
We've had people reach out on Facebook.
Right. Facebook Messenger is pretty...
I've had people reach out, on a Saturday night at, 10 o'clock at night. We are pretty good about checking it. I think that's the majority of them. So, reach out on Facebook or give us a call.
But our phone number, if you want to give us a call, is 918-273-1500. And, I mean...
We're in the green building, know what I can, across the street from...
We're pretty quick at responding, especially with something like that, because it is definitely immediate need most of the time. So,
are there, we are now at almost the 15-minute mark, are there any common questions that get asked about this that maybe people have? We kind of talked about beforehand, but maybe now that we've had time to think about it, other than just how do people donate, and then we give the
I mean, it's
contact
free.
information.
It is free. And I don't want people to mistake this for we aren't the ones that find the facilities, the treatment facilities. We don't schedule any of that. We don't reach out. We don't even have contacts for that. All we do is provide the supplies and the personal items for that individual to go to the treatment facility. And most of the time,
most treatment facilities, the needs are about the same as far as the sheets and the shoes and the clothes.
They do. Don't they give them a list?
Yes.
They do give them a list when they, So.
And it can be very overwhelming, especially when you're trying to do it in a hurry. Some families might want to hurry for the fact that we don't want someone to change their mind. You know what I mean? So we take it very seriously. When someone calls us and says, okay, I need a package, we get on it.
Yep. I don't know. I think that's all. I think we covered it. If we had, I wish we had
go to our Facebook page or call us at 273-1500. We're the Green Building on Maple Street in Nowata, across the street from Sweet Peas and between the two banks, Arvest and Regent.
Yep.
Other than that, that's how we get the ball rolling. So.
Yep. All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody.